Anything catch your eye? Thanks very much. There you go. Thanks very much. Fare thee well.
Just because the heavens have gone to reckon. Ruin it don't mean we have. Everything's back the way it was.
Take that, you naughty thief!
Clive!
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you...
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. And firmly at the helm. Us just as the good...
Are you a lord? Lou, they're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will... Speaking of men, it may be a rather worrying...
May therein.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside... And they have formed what one could call... And they grow more awkward.
We'll fight them all off, just like last time. Won't we?
Of course we will. If we continue to work, the longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult. Our best hope is to nip by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet perhaps a certain Lord Underhill.
How could I refuse?
Thank you. Victor will fill you in on... I have him stationed by the desert gate.
I'll go and speak.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
Hey, how you doing? Let's see. 1 second. How goes it? Hey, how you doing? Come on. Come on. Thank you. Stupid thing.
Victor has been collating reports on the bandits in...
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Still in Dalam.
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to...
I did. I've developed something of a fond... And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't have anybody in here as soon as I started, so I just started watching something on YouTube on my phone, and when somebody popped in, that's when I was going to pull up the stream.
A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting.
You're not the only one.
What does he want?
He asked for my aid in putting down, and he said that you might be able to...
Then you've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity than what we must strike together, and we must strike soon, at as many...
All right.
There's one upriver.
Leave it with me.
Oh, fasty.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Torgal.
That's him. The one who killed Locke and Fingon.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's the first time I've used that move. Holy crap, that was amazing. Oh, I love it. Everybody's gonna die today. Oh crap. Should have said any more guys about this enemy. Oh wait, it did suck it. Well, that was great. I'm almost level 42. I think level 42.
I'd better let Victor know.
Cid, where...
How was church?
Ah, I see the banner.
It's kind of funny, dude. Today, like the message that was given today was dealing with it being thankful, obviously, knowing that Thanksgiving is this week, and it's a sermon based around that, and it also dealt with the Jesus and the colony of lepers. And I was sitting there listening to the sermon, and I don't know how many times I said amen either verbally or internally, just for the simple fact of what I went through in my previous relationship. Maybe it was right of me, maybe it was wrong for me, but at the point in time, I was just thinking to myself, like, yeah, this is really speaking to me on a lot of levels here, of people just being ungrateful for what you do for them, you know?
It didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
No. Something's happened. We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar.
Oh, geez, yeah,
Saying
man.
that Lubor is a bearer.
Sorry about that.
What?
I went to bed at a decent time last night and woke up about 4:30 this morning for some reason. I don't know why. And then eventually I went on back to sleep, and I got up at 9, got ready and all that stuff, and head on to church and came back and had lunch. Now I'm doing this. Yeah, good idea. That would be a solid idea.
That one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let some of the children spotted him.
I tell you, man, I'm actually getting into Upload on Amazon. I'm already on season 2. I think I'm on episode 2 or 3 on season 2, and there's 3 seasons right now. So there is some slight pandering that happened in it, but it was very rare that it happened. It happened like very briefly a couple times, and then like one other time. But other than that, it hasn't been like that throughout the whole rest of the show.
He was about to silence them.
Like, obviously, you got to have that whole token gay couple in every freaking show and movie in existence. So they had something like that was like in the first daggum episode of the first season. And it's a multiracial couple, and they're gay. Hello. So, yeah, they had to have that in there, but that was like very brief. And then there was something else that happened with the both of them that was very brief. So throughout the whole course of like the first season and starting into the second season, there hasn't been anything else that's been like that. And then there was like one other thing that had happened. I don't know if you're going to watch it or not, so I'll just go ahead and just explain what the situation was. One of these kids had died, so they uploaded his soul to the cloud. And obviously, he was upset because his parents haven't changed his avatar for him to look the age that he is, which would be 17 or 18. And so he ended up going to this illegal, what's called the gray market, like an illegal, like you can think of it like the black market that's on, that's out there online, the dark interwebs, if you will. And he went out there with a couple of the main characters, and he ended up getting this, basically this avatar transformation tattoo that was put on him. And over the course of like an hour or something, when he fell asleep and woke back up, he'd actually look older and be like a teenager and stuff like that. Well, obviously, the tattoo that was given to him was XX. It wasn't XY. So when he woke up, he was like a chick, but he had his same childlike voice that was going on. So we got up and started walking around. Dude was like walking around topless, and he was going to go to the pool and was walking through the hotel and everything where they stay at there and whatnot. And long story short, one of the main characters was talking about, are you sure that you want to stay this way? Because gender is supposed to be subjective and this, that, and the other. And I'm just rolling my friggin' eyes. And they're like, are you sure that you want us to change you back, or do you want to stay this way? And he's like, no, I want to change back. It's like, I don't want to stay as a chick. That was never my intention in the first place, you crazy woman. So, but anyway, so yeah, she's like, it's gonna take me a few hours for me to actually, get you back into your original form again. So, but yeah, that's been like the only couple things that had happened. Other than that, like, it's really interesting with the way that the story and the characters are and the way the story is going. So I don't know. I was talking to Emily about it. She was saying that it gets kind of weird after like the second, maybe like after the second season. So I don't know. I'll find out.
And when Lubor fell, and without a clue, that's not what it is. If he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these... If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. Fuck. I don't know where we go from here. But I know one thing.
You're right.
I know one thing. You're right. I spat through the daggum dialogue.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just... Well,
We're sorry, Luke, but we just...
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's... All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all the...
Once people make up their minds that we need to do something.
Actually, from what I've seen, when they got at the end of season 1 and went into season 2, I actually think it's been getting better because just of the simple fact of how things are kind of branching out a bit and how things are getting a little bit more deeper than they were in season 1. So, I guess I'll see how that goes.
And quickly, convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that not...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. You head to the town. Make Conrad and Natalie. They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything.
And that is...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand, man.
Why are you taking the bearers?
I agree. I think the way that it was with me, if it would have been a constant thing that was being thrown up in my face a lot with that, then I wouldn't have bothered. I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't even have bothered to continue to watch it, to be honest. I can only tolerate so much, but I try to deal with tolerance and patience and grace and kindness as best as I possibly can. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that too.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
You knew all along that he was playing. Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
As have I, Lord Underhill.
That's...
The rumors.
He'll never be mayor now. But what of his wares? In this, at least, he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he...
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot...
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home?
Perhaps. And they will thank you, not...
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider...
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now...
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a share.
I assume this...
There's still hope.
But perhaps
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into them in the end.
No. And your efforts would be better.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often... That steel does not lie. To yourself be true. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with the blade of her... But I do not doubt that she was always true to us, and so must I be. And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people are only united can they hope to stand against the I'll need to make a suit.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind. We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change.
I would not take it.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town? And I thought you were better than this, but it seems you had me for...
Victor.
Forget it.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I...
Oh, well, yeah, that's true,
the
too.
Best one. Yes. But where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
Yeah,
If
that's
there's
true,
anything
too.
I can do.
I'll bear it in mind.
Yeah! 42, I was right. I cannot sit through the dialogue in this game. I mean, I can't help it when it comes to cutscenes, because I can't skip through things in cutscenes, and plus there's actual stuff that's happening in the cutscenes besides just talking heads. So, and I don't want to skip that stuff. But the way that they talk and whatnot in this, everything is just so droning on and monotone. I can't frickin' stand it. There's a place called Tabor in this game. I guarantee you it's nothing like where I live at. That's for daggum sure. I'll go here first, and then I'll go to that other one. Yeah, exactly. There doesn't really seem like there's some real oomph and emphasis that's being put into the things that's being spoken. There's some instances in the game where it does pick up in terms of dialogue, but ultimately most of it just seems like it's just like, oh my gosh, man, I mean, I like the game for what it is, but good grief, I've got to get through this stuff. Otherwise, I'll start to fall asleep or lose interest.
Clive, you'll be...
That is good news.
Yes. Comrade, I still have much and more to prepare. You couldn't do me a quick...
Might as well, that's why I'm here.
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the camp, find out exactly how...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
I really want to play Persona 5 Tactica, but obviously I'm going to wait for a sale on that. I'll probably end up renting it from Gamefly too. I have it set on my list. Mortal Kombat 1 shipped out just recently, so I'm going to play that and stream that a bit. Probably just mess around with the story mode, to be honest, because I sure as heck ain't going to be able to go online with it. Not like I'd care to anyways, even if I could. So...
Don't blame yourself. I know, but no buts about it.
All buts about it.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me the talks with the Republic. I've reached an agreement. Though prices have fallen, but the consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
You had no opportunity to make a counter-offer.
You played MK1?
None at all.
Oh, okay.
And we were so
That's
close.
cool. How did you manage to play it?
Well, I saw Vonnie leaving.
And with good reason.
I don't know if you saw that video I sent you of all the fatalities, but man, they made me cringe like
we were
no
the only ones
tomorrow.
the Fist was speaking to about the... How did the consortium even find...
It's not so surprising.
You know, it's funny. Like back in the day, everything was just so animated, but everything's just so realistic nowadays. A lot of it, and it's just like, holy crap, dude.
Ears all over the Republic.
It was a little bit more comedic back in the day, more so than it is now. Ian's friends bought it. Oh, nice! Bought it for him as an early birthday present. That's cool. That's really cool.
This isn't over. The consortium will have to sell these bearers event. I'm going to Randalar.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bot? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the... You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything. Even if I fail to free these, someone needs to prepare the place.
Oh, and that's me. Well, it looks like I'm following all for meeting the Silver Peak. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she means to stay with us then.
You have to trust her.
So how come it is that you don't really like it?
You're right. And if El's off fighting for the cause, so I bid you farewell, and I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. Well, you go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then. And better not keep Eloise waiting.
And I really want to play Super Mario RPG that came out recently, but I'm going to wait to see if that goes as cheap as it can in terms of buying it. I'm going to rent it, but as far as like purchasing it, I would be waiting until it's like as cheap as it could be, which I think the cheapest it will ever get would be under 40, knowing how Nintendo is. Even on GameFly's website, it's the same thing. They kind of have it a little lesser than 40, but not by much if they ever end up having any of those things on a sale when it comes to first-party titles. Oh, okay. I gotcha. One fighting game in particular that I'm interested in, because I've heard a little bit on it, at least a preview of it, is Tekken 8. The developers have talked about how you could how they're trying to make it like more, I think they said like more aggressive in terms of how the combat is. Like there's like a specific move or something that you yourself could actually activate or have something happen. I think when you end up getting to like a critical health status, it will only end up activating for you to be able to do it when you're at that status. But they want to try to make it where it's like less of you trying to shell yourself up and being defensive and just playing a lot more offensive. I'm guessing maybe that's how it was in the previous Tekken. I'm not really sure, but if there's only real two fighting franchises that I only really care about, and that's Mortal Kombat and Tekken. I'll never get rid of the Tekken games that I've got. It's like Mortal Kombat for me. It's those games that I like to hang on to because you got one that's just over the top and crazy, and then you got another one that's just like so fun to play, and especially since the first one, when it first came out on PlayStation 1, was just like amazing for the time, and then it just got better as time wore on. So
thanks, Gal.
Only hit them so many times, lets them fall down, so let you keep going. Make up your own combos. I see.
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with...
Here they are now.
You wish to consult?
I did. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them up.
You misunderstand. The consortium... It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. And so we resumed.
Don't hesitate. I am simply... But what is done is done.
Alas, you are too late. We rarely take on such. Uncle, the bearers belonged to...
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across... A most demanding fellow. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed. Even given... That's what you get when you deal with...
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard. And treat them like kings.
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to... And with it, my interest...
My associates will be sorry.
Oh yeah, like the tag team system thing that they got going on in there. Yeah, I kind of figured they would. It's one of their newer features they put in there, so it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have... He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy... Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be... As soon as he left, I sent my own...
So you never...
No. I entertained the consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more, but I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. And you...
You tried.
I did. And they deserved more. I wanted so badly to...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains.
Oh, what else is
There's
there?
Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best. They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you.
Hold on, Theo.
You're all the way up piss way up over here, dude. Okay, well, I guess we know what we'll do with that. Just appear out of the rock wall.
Come on.
Chocobo had some predator camo thing going on there.
Time to fight.
No, it's not. We ain't doing no fighting. Oh, wait a minute. I could just go down this way. There we go.
That'll do, girl.
Wow. She just, like, landed and yeah. Is it over here? Okay. I guess she must have died or something. Yeah, that's true.
Where's Theodore?
That is true.
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
We just have to pray he makes it out in...
I can do better than that.
Oh, so that last time that I came here and I was streaming, that big huge area that I was in, that further shows where it was where I was supposed to go to, or what it is that's happening there now, because I went there last time and there wasn't anything that was there.
Good girl.
I thought it may have been one of those huge beasts that I had to hunt, but nope. That's part of a side quest.
Where are you, Theo?
Diver. Is that like Holy Diver? Holy Diver! Belong too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? Yeah! We got some fighting going on.
The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned.
Oh yeah. That ain't it.
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
He probably already has.
Looks like it's found me.
I do think it's kind of well, I'll just send you that message on Discord. Never mind.
This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
What the fart? Okay. Heron, so the Heron shoot? I mean, I'm sorry. I meant whatever thousands of communication apps it is that people use nowadays. Telegram. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what you said. That's what I meant. No, 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 no. What the heck are you doing? Oh, that'll work. Alright, man. I'll talk at you later. Thank you kindly for coming in. Mate sweet. Man, that felt fast.
Nice try.
Clive?
Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo and devoted myself to the But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night, and the choice I made, and the fact that he was never a burden. How could he even think of anything? I was the one.
You weren't, Eloise. That he had always been grateful to you for saving, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other. You did whatever was necessary to continue, and you always would.
You're right. It was so weak. Oh, Theo. I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more, so I'll carry on doing what we do, bringing smiles to people and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice to continue helping you, however.
Thank you. Let's go on.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his... Have you learned anything of...
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will, even now, our archaeologians scout...
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultimus, as if protecting the
secrets we'd see.
Should our methods be of interest, mayhap it would please you to observe.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A servant? Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there. If you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure.
All right.
They will be. Might I suggest you take the road? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly.
Too slow.
This might take a while. Enough of you, are there?
safe. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Whatever that thing is. I'd say it's their leader.
Should have stayed in the pub. These must be Cyril.
You have our thanks.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying. Thanks to them, and to you.
You call that, your brothers might still be alive. Surely this survey wasn't worth it.
We are charged with a duty of the high...
And you think your dead brothers would...
I know they would. They gave their now. To what do we...
Cyril told me of your work here.
I see. That is most... May the Firebird's flame burn...
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. But for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Let us continue then. There is a second hull. Gather in. I should...
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. Prithee enter.
Ah, you are...
Aye. Here. Take...
My thanks. I shall study them.
Cyril, losses which could have been avoided. Were these your orders?
No. Every Undying devotes his life to...
Even when death is of...
My lord, the Undying have served the... We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause. Provide your survey parties with an escort. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, please.
I thank you, if you will permit me to and we of the Undying, as first shield to the Phoenix.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
Let's see here. 1 second. Done. Pull up the app here. Come on. How's it going, man?
covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I...
But not nearly as well as... Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body...
And what would you have had me do? He was no... Yet still, if the king could have ended me at any moment. But instead...
Yeah.
Oh, it was Crystal. Only one man established his dominance. I'm sorry, brother. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. Perhaps the prince...
Oh, man. I don't know if you heard what I said. Maybe I had my thing up at the time. But I was saying, yeah, I hope you get that calendar thing. I don't know if my mic was coming through properly or not.
What is this place?
Yeah, I can relate with that. Ain't no doubt about that, man.
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well.
It's kind of how it was for me whenever I was writing stories. I had to get a notebook to start writing down notes and things so I remember them, because I had so many things that was rolling around in my head all at once.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then ultimately? No, not you. This is my doing. my fault. My
Yes,
sin
definitely seems
to
like you
bear.
got some
And
things on
for
your
it,
plate to do.
I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them.
And sell them. Or try to.
Oh yeah, the medicine.
Earns
girl.
me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps you will be returning to Waloed soon.
I see no reason.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few. You will.
Of course.
Set on leaving, Aura?
How long will it take us?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to... Maybe less. If your uncle can find someone trustworthy. All depends on where we're putting into put.
Yes. It's not as if we can... We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile. And that we'll be attacked.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick it.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be...
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness.
I don't believe
you
that.
know that, don't you?
I do.
I'll still say it were a compliment.
Ah, please tell me you've come to take our young...
I'm not here for Mid.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look...
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, and we're going to need a safe...
Preferably one that won't see me shit.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would... Very little is known of Ash. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he... If there is anywhere safe to land.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, all right. If it will get you out of... But interrupt me, and it's... Oh. Barnabas Thom. The one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Note that this was in the
Royalty-free,
year
I'm guessing.
843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were right back. But then, if it wasn't...
Well said. Thank you, Lady Viv.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks.
Probably more Mid. I need everyone in the ale. I'll fetch Josh.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
I have no reason to assume.
Clive, you must listen to...
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima, and what I discovered appears to agree with...
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not. Few have, but there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more
Wait, you said it waned on...
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed, but if no new faith arose, then and so, you see now why I...
It would appear the past still has much, though in this case, it would not have been possible without them. To think that you carried a copy of my old... I am relieved to discover...
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring. If we attempt to approach Stonehere by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to... So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for drink. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima, as well as slow our march and require supplies, which may... Only Joshua and a scout. Preferably a good one.
You bet your ass. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters. Fly merchant colors. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like Helen, the ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop.
Don't worry. I'll keep. You'll be needing passage home after.
But if there are no questions...
Let me know when you're leaving.
Of course.
Sid! Look what the said they were all the rage in Dalamil. Have you had one?
Something smells.
Bombs!
Hey? The bloody great hole in it.
It's supposed to...
What do you reckon?
Thought I might grab myself a mug of Maeve's mead. Settle me stomach, you know. Before we take to the high.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding work is complete, I promise to return. We all know that bearers have a resilience to the elements.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effect?
Good morrow to you, my friend. I have a few new notes that might interest you. I have quite the find for you today. What subject shall we consider today? Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. With the darkened... But be that as it... If I may observe... History can wait. We tread a dark corner of our...
am certain we will find what we seek in Ash, and learn the truth of Ultima's origin.
Clive. How may I help you today? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Please. Your Grace, stay strong. Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Yotei. Is any...
My lord, yeah. It's your brother, though he does his best to hide it.
I had feared.
There are certain elixirs which...
But
His Grace's case is severe. So I consulted with Talia, and thankfully a recipe was... and our supplies. Unless we can secure more soon. My lord, I know that I have...
For Joshua. So...
A rare herb, but it grows only where the ether is densest. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosette. The search continues for an...
So it's only that you can't reach it?
Well...
Then I shall go in your...
But...
You've yet to find another source, correct? Besides...
Well, Stonerwort is easily identified. I shall remain here. I had only thought to ask for your assistance in finding a new source.
Run like the wind.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our Stonewort. Yotei mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yotei.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot.
Yotei.
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will serve.
I'm very glad to.
You and his grace are very much... You think only of how you might help us?
No more than you have minding my brother.
I am honored, but I beg you, my lord.
I'll keep that in mind.
You and your brother really are alike, my lord.
Is something wrong?
Not at all, honestly. Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things...
I'll hold you to...
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. She understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it. Just don't forget, you're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it. Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waluda territory now. Don't expect a warm welcome.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
Oh, this place is as dead as Greagor's ghost.
Welcome to Bloodborne? That would be my take on this. Or the Dark Souls series.
I smelled something.
I see only orcs and Akashic here.
Let's hope the villagers made it out in time.
Ugh.